Great. So thanks for being here. And today we're going to have a short practice for you to, first of all, I want you to think about down regulating in the nervous system. So you need a chair, a cushion under your head. And I have this, so I have a bolster, which is quite heavy, but you can bring a pillow. Or maybe a couple of pillows, or something that is a little bit heavier. Okay. And so I want you to think about this practice. When can you practice this? When can you use it? It's not about activating too much the muscles here, and then really feeling like, oh my God, I'm going to practice yoga. I'm going to really stretch it out. I want you to think of opposite. I want you to think about this practice, this 10 minutes practice, or maybe it will give me 12 minutes, depends how much I talk. I want you to think about this practice that it's going to really calm you down. So you could practice anytime, before the evening if you're going for a long walk, or you're going to do some kind of maybe going out or doing something even physical. Or you wake up and you haven't had a good sleep, and then you really need to have energy for the rest of the day. So anytime, because we're going to be doing only two poses. Okay, so two asanas, downward facing dog on the chair. So it can opens up and we breathe into the belly and expanding a little bit of the lungs and creating that space into the chest, lengthen the arms, and bring the sort of the really good energy into the heart and then brain. So your head will be below the heart. And then as you bring the attention towards the upper body, then moves towards the legs. So really working and then breathing out towards the back of the legs, hamstrings, lifting the hips up. Always keeping the head below the between the upper arms, and then we'll just lie down. Okay, so toes two, just move the somewhere where it's really close by, and then you can come. As you can see, the way I created this, so I'm not going to even stand up because it will cut my head. So I'm just going to go. It's quite lower down, so we can stay more towards the ground. So again, it doesn't overheat you as well. So what you do, you can lift yourself up, and then you bring yourself onto the chair. Okay, so chair, your mat. So again, lengthwise mat, hands onto the chair. Always spread the fingers onto the chair. Lift the knees up. You could even a little bit of open the chest here as you're inhaling, and then moving your whole body towards the heels. Okay, so there is a difference between having shoulder over the wrist, and then very much difference as we move the whole body towards your heels. Now this might start feeling a little bit of more tight at the back of the legs, so start softening the knees. Try not to bend the elbows. As soon as you bend the elbows, you lose the completely activation through the muscles into the shoulders. So not having hands just being there, but really spreading the fingers wide, using the connection. So really press firmly your hands onto the chair and moving away from the chair. So your head is below the heart. Take a long breath out. You can even take a exhale through the mouth. And when you inhale, breathe in into the belly and rise that belly onto your thighs. So really here, rise that belly, soften the knees, create the softness into the legs. Now when you exhale, try not to lift the chest up forward, but keep the chest as it is, as you wanted to straighten a little bit of the hamstring and then bring the hips up. So as soon as you go upwards, you lose the connection, opening through the lungs and then bring the more capacity into the lungs. Keep it downwards. So rather for you to use tiny bit of the movement through the legs than too much movement and then you're moving upward. So my upper body, if you look at my upper body, it doesn't move, it stays in the same place. Head below the heart, ears aligned with your upper body, Take a nice deep breath in, exhale. And if you need to look at my legs first before you practice this, so I'm not doing very much movement. My upper body is going downwards as I'm exhaling. It's only my hips, my sit bones go upwards towards the sky. So again, so rise the belly as you hear. Big breath in, exhale. Just keep pressing towards your heels. And then let that breath go. So keep elongating a long breath out. Inhale. Maybe you can even close your eyes. Exhale. So you're moving the hips, you're moving the whole body towards your heels, away from the hands, but firm hands, lifting the hips up. Inhale. Close your eyes if that feels like it will be more supportive for you. Exhale. And maybe, again, just remind you, maybe the knees that they don't go too straight. So keep the chest downwards as you're lifting your hips upwards. 2 more breaths. That's enough. Okay. Now, if this is felt too long, then just do about 3 breaths or 5 breaths. That's enough. You might have a spin on your head. So this is quite interesting to notice. Sometimes when we are very busy or stressed, or maybe you haven't slept enough or you've done too much, could be quite a lot. So you could build up into this. If you feel after 3 breaths, 5 breaths too much, stop. This was about, while I was talking, maybe about 10 breaths. So it's quite a lot, but you can build up beautifully. And then again, you bring your cushion under your head, maybe the legs a little bit wider outside of the chair. Make sure that you have a space here in the chair. If you don't, turn the chair to the side. Bring your head onto the cushion. Bring the legs up onto the chair. And then just give yourself a little bit of the movement as you're swinging the legs from side to side. If the feet, when you place closer to the chair, is too close and it feels very uncomfortable for your hips, your growing area, just let that feet be sort of more onto the middle of the chair and then swing. So swing a little bit here so you can stretch a little bit onto the side of the abdomen. And then doesn't have to be for too long. Just now allow yourself, important part for you to release the psoas muscle, which is your largest muscle, connects to your leg and your lower back. It's important to release this and your abdomen, your pelvis, your sacrum, releasing through the lower back, for your knees to be connected to the chair. And if this doesn't feel comfortable, bring another blanket so you have, and you can even elevate a little bit of your calves for another blanket if you have. So you can explore a little bit to lift those feet. I mean, I have these little things here. It's got a little bolster. And if you place your calves onto it, or you can have a roll, a little blanket or or towel, anything that actually feels more comfortable. Knees supported onto the chair. Make sure your cushion is supporting your neck as well. You can even have a little stretch it through the arms. You can move your feet from side to side. And this could feel very different every time you practice. So if you just woken up, and if you wake up and you practice this, you will have a different energy. You will have a different energy into the body. Maybe will be kind of more energizing for you. Okay, just to lie here for 10 minutes. Now, if you practice this after your long walk, this could feel quite that you wanted to fall asleep, because you already burn lots of calories, but also the energy from your body when you go for long walks. So stay in your conscious breath. So letting that breath, to really noticing that breath. Your whole body is relaxed. You don't need to activate anything. Again, think about the triangle that I mentioned, elbow or wrist, elbow and shoulder. So space under your armpits, so don't squash the arms, elbows to the side. Take a breath in, breath out. Breathe in as you rise your belly. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And if your hands are slightly where is your hips, you might notice those few fingertips as they're lifting because you're inhaling. They're rising. So breathe into those fingertips, your hands. Exhale, let it go. Let that belly drop towards the spine. Inhale in. Exhale out. And then notice as well, if you feel something feels maybe tense in a body or feels somewhere any discomfort or tightness or pain, just breathe out and nice and long. Allow yourself at least 5-10 minutes just to breathe out and then long exhale. Melt your body towards the mat completely. Don't hold into anything. Just breathe out, breathe into the body and breathe out that you feel like everything just releases from the body. There is no tension with each exhale. The body becomes a little bit freer, lighter, and more balanced. Freer, lighter, and more balanced. So try to stay connected to your body. Your mind connecting to your abdomen as you're breathing, connecting that release through the body, connecting of that rise and fall as you inhaling, that belly rises, falling as you exhale. You can have your eyes closed. Rest those eyes. Rest those eyelids. Relax through your shoulders. Soften the hips. Relax your lower back. Release that sacrum. Soften through your knees and your ankles. Allow your whole body to rest. I want you to choose if you like to stay for a little bit longer. Okay, so if you wanted to stay longer, or you roll yourself onto the side and then you come here. And then when you come here, you sit. You could sit onto the cushion, but don't stand up, don't sit if you're not ready for it. So listen to your body, how it feels. If it needs to be a little bit more down towards the mat, stay onto the mat. And if you are sitting already and you want to just move through your head, move through your head. It's very easy to pause the video and then staying on the mat a little bit longer, even for another 10 minutes. So you listen to your body, what you need. And maybe if the body is tired physically, mentally, I think longer you stay, longer you allow yourself. And then listen that sensation. Sometimes when we really let go and drop, it really gives us this kind of almost like resets your whole body, and then it gives you that another fresh of sort of energy and oxygen. So just allow yourself more time, more the better. Okay, hope you enjoy this.